Welcome to this module on a degrowth perspective for a post-Covid-19 world. My name is Joëlle Saey-Volckrick. I am a lecturer in ecological economics and environmental justice at the Berlin School of Economics and Law and at the St. Paul University in Ottawa, as well as the coordinator of the web portal degrowth.info. In this video, I discuss three interconnected strategies based on Yves-Marie Abraham's proposal. Produce less, share more, decide together. The first one is to produce less. It is well accepted that we need to reduce globally our resource use and the ecological impact of our societies. But there is less agreement on how to do this. Green growth and sustainable development propose to do this through decoupling, separating environmental impact from economic growth. Degrowth argues that this is not feasible nor likely, especially given the short time span that we have. Instead, we need to produce and consume less. Of course, this doesn't mean that we need to downscale everything in every sector. It means developing and expanding some sectors like healthcare, education, renewable energy, ecological agriculture, and shrinking others like fossil fuel production, the military, the financial sector. In other words, transformation towards a care economy, a society that provides the material basis to sustain and regenerate life. Such a transformation requires ensuring that everyone, regardless of our income or immigration status, has access to the provision of basic needs, as well as reducing working time and introducing schemes for work sharing. The second point is to share more. Inequalities between and within countries have kept increasing for decades, and the economic system is not designed for this to change. Imbalances of wealth and power create further imbalances in wealth and power. It is a self-reinforcing mechanism. And this is even more true in times of crisis. America's 614 billionaires have gained a total of $931 billion in the 7 months following mid-March 2020. It is not an issue of lacking the money. It is an issue of concentration of wealth. To ensure a fair distribution of wealth, we must challenge the legitimacy of private property and expand the commons, strictly limit the financial sector, take back control over monetary governance, conduct citizen debt audits, and cancel public debt, especially in the global south, as this system is perpetuating the colonial and unequal relationships between countries of the global north and the global south. Finally, access to essential services such as food, health, shelter, clothing should be guaranteed through various mechanisms of distribution, from universal basic services or universal basic income schemes to democratically defined minimum and maximum income. This brings me to the third and last point, decide together. The responses to COVID-19 have been highly centralized and undemocratic, and as with any crisis, there is a potential for right-wing, populist and neoliberal governments to take advantage of the crisis to re-embed their agenda and consolidate their power. But this doesn't have to be the case. A crisis is also a great opportunity for change. The decisions for a post-COVID-19 world have to be inherently democratic, and this means bringing back the decision-making power to the local level, enabling all people to participate in the decisions that affect their lives. In particular, it means more participation for marginalized groups of society. The power of multinational corporations and the financial sector has to be drastically reduced through democratic ownership and oversight. There are many examples across the world of people organizing, deciding together, providing their communities with the services that they consider necessary, building at the same time their autonomy and resilience. So, degrowth does not propose a silver bullet solution, but rather a plurality of actions across all sectors and all levels, from housing to urban planning, transport, agriculture, energy, monetary systems, supply chains, technology, employment, healthcare, education, democracy. Challenging the growth paradigm can take many different forms. So I invite you after this introductory module to discover more about the many aspects of degrowth and about the theory and practices it has to offer.